In December 2022, the GVR held an event in which 2 locomotives and 9 coaches were covered in Christmas lights. The special train shuttled back and forth between Glenbrook and the Puke o Ware workshops, with Santa's Grotto and a big selection of food stalls at Glenbrook Station. Besides the GVR's event, I also filmed some of the regular KiwiRail services, starting 2 days ahead of the Glenbrook trip. This was the R36B shunt from Mount Maunganui, led by 2 DLs from the 2018 batch, and I filmed them at the Marsh Street overbridge. Two days later, on the way to Glenbrook, I called into Waihi again and found DBR's 1199 and 1282 still resting in the yard. I also had a pleasant chat with the locomotive's owner, Dean, and at some point soon I might go back to the Goldfields Railway to see these 2 running. Later on we got to Buckland just in time to catch DL 9233 on MP8, followed by DL 9613 passing Glenbrook with train 134 from Mission Bush to Westfield. Before the GVR's event opened, we took the opportunity to pop round to Mission Bush and found a curious selection of locomotives in the yard. Back in November I saw that same DL hauling trains 526 and 521 in Taranaki. In the background you can just about see DA 1429 and the top of DC 4421. And a few months back I filmed that very same DC passing Hamilton on the consist of train 234. But in my opinion, the most notable catches had to be DC's 4571 and 4041. These two are owned by Martinus Rail and spent around a year in Australia before returning to their home country. Martinus is helping with the City Rail Link project up in Auckland. Back in October 2020, I saw DC 4571 being towed dead through Hamilton on train 234. Then on New Year's Day 2021, or as I might say, overrated U2 song 2021, I went up to Westfield and found DC 4041 at the southern end of the yard. Upon arrival back at Glenbrook, I found a WW644 and a DBR 1295 in a top and tail formation with 9 coaches. "1295 and her more famous classmate, 1254, arrived on the GVR in 2017, and this was the first time I saw 1295 running in preservation. Suffice to say, I thought the DBR was the star of the show, more so than the steam locomotive. "644 is one of 4 WW class 464 tank engines in preservation, the others being 480, 491 and 571. Personally, I think 644 looks better without the headboard and fancy lights, as we saw in June 30 when she had her first test run on the main line. When we got to Puke or Ware, we found the unusual sight of several ADL diesel multiple units in storage, following the withdrawal of the last operational units in August 2022. The section they used to run on, between Papakura and Pukekohe, is currently in the process of being electrified. On the way home, we made it to Pukekohe just in time to catch DL 9423 heading south with container train MP11. As this photograph shows, the alignment through the station is currently reduced to single track, with the former stabling yard now being ripped up to make way for a new platform.